Get your mother-loving ears on because your big-time radio DJ's got news. PayPal lets you choose how you want to pay for all the stuff. With PayPal, I can pay in-store, pay online, or pay over time. What's that? You want this translated into song? I hope you're sitting down. You can pay your own way. You keep those ears on, you hear? Don't just pay, baby. PayPal.
Learn more at paypal.com.
Hello, I'm Diane Morgan. If you know who I am, you know who I am. If you don't, who cares? I'm here to explain Italian Time, a holiday phenomenon where Italians throw away their clocks and gather for eternity with San Pellegrino. I've been at this party so long that I've eaten 5 courses, hugged someone's grandma twice, and been offered a job in the family restaurant. So this holiday season, make sure to bring enough San Pellegrino to last you through the meal, the after meal, and the entire goodbye ritual. San Pellegrino, holiday on Italian Time.
Kraft mac and cheese is better than 90s hip-hop. We'll remind you of your childhood without making you feel incredibly old. Kraft mac and cheese. Best thing ever.
Hey everyone, welcome to this edition of Keep Watch Pass on the It's Not That Bad podcast channel. If you have Prime Video, then you probably know that a documentary dropped fairly recently. A documentary about one of the funniest, kindest, just genuine gems of a human being to ever come out of the Great White North, the one and only John Candy. The documentary is called I Like Me, and it hits. If you grew up in the 80s and 90s in Canada watching things from SCTV or watching any of the movies that he's been in, you know, John Candy's just a gem every time he's on the screen. And now we're about to go through his filmography on Keep Watch Pass. And here to join me, another wonderful gem, my lovely wife, Carrie. Carrie, how are you doing?
To be quite honest, I don't sound like myself, but I am here, and I like me, and my husband likes me.
Right.
And that's okay.
That is totally
It's okay if
fine.
you don't like me because my husband likes me.
Oh my God. Like watching that documentary.
Oh, the feels.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
And you know, you go back and you watch that whole little monologue basically from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles where he does the I like me. Like, and it's such a gut punch leading up to that as well. Cause you know kind of what he was going through in his life around that time. And, like it's a hard watch, but it's a heartfelt watch. Like it was done really, really well.
It was. And I mean, kudos to Colin Hanks and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Who, funny enough, it was really cute because I saw that Ryan Reynolds brings out Planes, Trains, and Automobiles every Thanksgiving. So, yay, happy American Thanksgiving. And
a little belated, but we're here. We're here for you guys.
And enjoy, Ryan and family enjoy watching Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah, by the time you're listening to this episode, hopefully the turkey has kind of worn off at this point. The tryptophan has worked its way through your system. The nap is over. And you're ready to listen to this podcast as we talk about John Candy and pick 3 films each. A keep, a watch, and a pass. The keep is one, much like John Candy himself, we hold in very high regard. The watch is one, it doesn't matter whatever John Candy's in. It's watch worthy. And the pass is one, and I'm probably pretty much going to say right now, the pass is one we're passing not because of John Candy, but because the movie as a whole. Because it was really hard to pick a pass from his filmography.
Yes, it was.
Now, admittedly, I never pick movies, that I have not seen. This is just a me personal thing because I'd like to be able to talk about the films, right? If I haven't seen it, I can't talk about it. So, but of the ones that I have seen, it was hard. It was very hard to pick a pass. And I'd maybe hedging on it a little bit. But we start with our keep picks. Carrie, there's some obvious ones out there. Is one of those obvious ones your keep pick?
I almost want to throw it over to you first, because if you don't pick this movie that I'm thinking, then I'm going to change my keep right here, right now.
All right.
So you go first.
I will start. And it's a movie that we've talked about on this show before. I'm talking about Brewster's Millions.
Holy crap, he didn't pick the obvious.
No, I tried to not be obvious, actually.
Wow.
But the thing is, I love Brewster's Millions. It's one of those films that every time it's on, I'm going to watch it. Yes, it's a Richard Pryor film. John Candy is his best friend in the film. They're both baseball players. Richard Pryor's, I think it's father or grandfather passes away, and he has this challenge. He has to spend $30 million in 30 days to be able to get $300 million, or he gets nothing. But he can show nothing forward at the end. He can't have any gains whatsoever. The only thing he can have at the end of the 30 days are the clothes on his back. That's it. And it's fascinating because the rules they throw at him, make it tougher, right? You can't tell anybody what you're doing. You can only give so much to charity. You can only gamble away so much. And he tries. He tries. And the best way he can come up with in order to spend $30 million in 30 days is to run a campaign to become mayor of New York.
How bad could that be?
I'm just going to let everyone watch the film, but it is a freaking-tastic film. To me, it's perfect Sunday afternoon. Like there are movies I think of as Sunday afternoon films. And primarily they're Sunday afternoon films for me because normally they would get played on something like TBS when the baseball game is in rain delay. Brewster's Millions is perfect for that kind of programming, but I'll watch it anytime. I surprised you with that one, didn't I?
You did, and kind of disappointed.
I've disappointed you.
You have.
I'm sorry. I'll go in the corner now and confess my sins.
That's okay, because I'm a Mog. Half man, half dog. And if you didn't choose Spaceballs as your keep, first of all, that's a intergalactic sin. But it's okay because I'm here to make things better.
Right. Also, and I need to put this out there into the Ethernet. Dear movie critics, what the Schwartz is wrong with all of you? Because this film actually qualifies for it's not that. It does. It's borderline, but it qualifies.
Spaceballs the movie. Spaceballs the coloring book.
Spaceballs the upcoming episode of It's Not That Bad. Because this needs to be remedied. What a perfect parody of everything that was Star Wars and a little bit of Star Trek too at times, but primarily Star Wars. And I don't know how I feel about the eventual sequel.
Oh, I'm so excited. I am so incredibly excited for it. Rick Moranis coming out of retirement. Mm-hmm. They've got Mel Brooks.
I love the fact that they've brought in Lewis Pullman.
Yes.
Son of the late Bill Pullman.
And also Bob.
Yes. Yes, they brought in a Thunderbolt. But the thing is, I worry. Because I'll be very, very honest. When the most recent History of the World came out, I didn't find it funny. I'm hoping that Spaceballs is able to recapture the magic, especially with the everything that is Star Wars these days. You know yogurt's going to have some kind of little mini yogurt. And there's going to be some kind of Mandalorian style bounty hunter kind of thing. They have new ground to tread. I think Spaceballs is one of the few Mel Brooks films that is probably ripe for a sequel. Like, what more could you do with Robin Hood? Really? You've done Robin Hood Men in Tights. You don't need a Robin Hood Men in Tights sequel. There's nothing more to do with it. Star Wars saga has grown. Plenty of new intergalactic turf to cover.
I hope they comb the desert.
But they already did that,
I know, but I mean, come on. Jones, who does the voice in Police Academy, is he coming back?
No idea. I hope so.
I hope so.
All right. So now we get to your watch pick for John Candy. What did you go with?
Okay, well, now that I have made everything right in the world.
Are you saying I made everything wrong with the world with my key pick?
Yes, actually. Yes, very disappointing.
All right, I'm going to go spend my $30 million and you're not going to understand why. Okay, go on.
I, of course, have to go with John Candy's small yet important, so important part in Home Alone.
Ah, yes.
He's Gus Polinski, the polka king of the Midwest. Oh my God. And to hear that he pretty much volunteered his time to sign on to that project.
And so much of it being improv as well. Yeah.
The entire scene. Oh my God. That just shows his true character.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, he's so incredibly kind. When Catherine O'Hara is freaking out at the airport, obviously, rightfully, her son is back home. He just comes in with a smile and he's just literally, he embodies a teddy bear. You just want to hug him and he'll make everything okay with that.
An awkward teddy bear, but a teddy bear nevertheless.
Goofy smile and his polka music. Just, you know what? So he's, I don't know, not that there was anything wrong with the movie, but he saved the day and he saved the movie.
I think that was probably one of the hardest hitting parts of that documentary was listening to Macaulay Culkin talk about the connection that he had with John Candy. And yes, that connection is more so from Uncle Buck, but the fact that, he was able to be in Home Alone as well, there's just that connection. And just to see his impact on the other actors around him, right? Whether it be someone who he worked with for a long time or whether it's, a young actor on the way up. John Candy just came across as just a generous actor, right? One that was willing to share the scene and do what the scene needed. And, it's got to be tough. I can't imagine what it was like for someone who had known him and worked with him to hear of his passing. That had to have been hard.
Well, one of the hardest things is when they replayed Catherine O'Hara's eulogy.
Mm-hmm.
And you could just hear in her voice, the gravity of the loss.
Yeah.
And how incredible of a human being that he was.
Yeah.
Between
hers and Dan Aykroyd's eulogies. Yeah.
Yeah. You really think of it as a time. That was a time in Canadian film and television.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Eugene Levy, you've got Dan Aykroyd, John Candy, Catherine O'Hara,
Andrea Martin.
Oh my gosh, yeah. The entire
Dave Thomas.
Yes. And the legacy that core group of Canadian talent.
Oh yeah.
They've made their mark.
I watched so much SCTV on syndication. It's an obscene amount of SCTV. But I mean, in the early days of the Comedy Network in Canada, that's what was there, right? It was that. Obviously Kids in the Hall got played a lot, right? But SCTV was, the torchbearer for sketchcom on television in Canada. Absolutely. And John Candy was a major part of that.
To truly experience your favorite album, you need to hear it exactly the way the artist intended, on vinyl. But you don't need a complicated setup to get that warm, high-fidelity sound. You just need the Andover Spin Duo. It combines a premium turntable and the spin-based speaker system into one seamless unit. There's no cheap plastic here, just pure audiophile quality sound that is incredibly easy to use out of the box. Finally, hear every note of the music that changed your life. Right now, the Spin Duo is on sale for Black Friday. Do your records justice at AndoverAudio.com.
The Who's Down in Who Newville were making their list, but But some didn't know Walmart has the best brands for their gifts.
What about toys? Do they have brands kids have been wanting all year?
Yep, Barbie, Tony's, and Lego. Gifts that will make them all cheer.
Do you mean they have all the brands I adore?
They have Nintendo, Nespresso, Apple, and more.
What about...
So the Who answered questions from friends till they were blue. Each one listened and shouted, from Walmart? Who knew? Shop gifts from top brands for everyone on your list in the Walmart app.
We find Vecna, we end this once and for all. Together.
On December 25th.
We have a plan. It's a bit insane. Everyone in?
He knows where we are.
Watch out!
Get ready for one last adventure.
We stay true to ourselves. Stay true to our friends, no matter the cost.
Found you. Stranger Things, Season 5, Volume 2 begins December 25th. Only on Netflix.
All right. For my watch pick, I'm going a little off the board here. And right now, people are like, you're not going to pick Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? Are you not going to pick like Summer Rental? No. I'm going to wave my Canadian flag up so freaking high right now. And no, I'm actually not picking Canadian bacon. That's keep level. Canadian bacon is keep level. For watch, I'm going with one of the coolest things given to us in the 1980s, the animated anthology film Heavy Metal.
Oh, I've completely forgotten about that.
Yeah, John Candy was one of the voices on this, produced by Ivan Reitman, and yet another fantastic Canadian, but not just the animation style of everything, right? Because there was something for everybody. If you were a horror fan, if you were a sci-fi fan, if you were a fan, like there was so much in this movie. But listen to the artists on this soundtrack. Obviously, Sammy Hagar doing the title theme, but Devo, Journey, Black Sabbath, Stevie Nicks, Cheap Trick, Blue Oyster Cult, Nazareth, and Grand Funk Railroad. What a powerhouse freaking soundtrack from a Canadian-made animated anthology. Like, this film literally was it felt like it was entirely created with the ideology of let's throw against the wall and see if it sticks.
I am surprised it's missing Alice Cooper.
I get that, but keep in mind too, in those early 80s, that's like in Cooper's blackout period for his album. So yeah, maybe you could have pulled something from his earlier discography, but I guess there just wasn't room enough for it. But I mean, holy crap. Like, I haven't watched Heavy Metal in a long time. I would love to go back and watch it because it is fantastic. Not so much the sequel, Heavy Metal 2000. I would go back and watch the original, though. All right. Now comes the hardest part of all, the pass pick. How hard was it for you, Carrie?
It was so difficult that, and you mentioned it in the intro, like I had to pick something that I have not personally seen, but is an easy pass for me.
Okay.
So in 1985, John Candy was in Follow That Bird. It was a Sesame Street made-for-TV movie where Big Bird gets kicked out of Sesame Street.
He had it coming.
By the evil social worker, Miss Finch. Kicks Big Bird out of Sesame Street. Like how? Like, I don't know. I've not seen the movie, but that's the premise. How do you kick Big Bird, a pivotal character, a well-known and established, like, I dare call him a landmark on Sesame Street, right? You can't kick Big Bird off Sesame Street.
I can't believe you're passing on Big Bird.
I disagree with the premise very much.
Okay, but you also have in this cast Sandra Bernhard, John Candy, Chevy Chase, Joe Flaherty, Waylon Jennings, Dave Thomas. It feels like it's between Candy and Flaherty and Dave Thomas. It's almost like an SCTV reunion. But I mean, it's freaking Follow That Bird.
Case in point, though, how difficult it is to find a passable John Candy movie. So I was really reaching for straws.
Okay, but you're also now passing on something that was filmed pretty much entirely in Ontario. Filmed in...
Sesame Street is in Ontario?
Well, this film was filmed on location in Bolton, Schaumburg, Woodbridge, and Georgetown, and at Cinespace Film Studios. Of course, at the time it was called Toronto International Studios. But yeah, this was filmed in Canada, in Ontario, like basically in our backyard. And you're passing on it. Ooh.
Sunny days.
But also, we're not going to get a chance to talk about this film on the show. And you have to understand, we watch a lot of bad films in this house. That's why we started a podcast.
In fact, I had to advocate to watch I Like Me because we don't often watch good television.
No, we don't often. But we're not going to get a chance to talk about this film on the show because it sits at a tomatometer of 92%.
And you're passing on it?
I'm not passing on it. You passed on it.
Oh, Follow That Bird is sitting at 92%.
92%.
Oh.
How dare you pass on freaking Big Bird?
Okay, I mean, it's Sesame Street, so...
Who's the grouch now, huh?
I know, right? My Sesame days have long gone.
Our kids were never really into Sesame Street, though.
No, but I used to watch Sesame Street.
Let's be honest. We were raised on Sesame Street.
Yes.
Right? But as most good kids of a certain age were raised on Sesame Street, it's an institution and should never go away. Period. Done. All right. My past pick is actually one, and I hate to say it, I didn't mind this film, but there's nothing in it that would make me want to go back and watch it again, meaning that I would pass on it because it's like, okay, if I got to watch a John Candy film, this is not the one I'm going to pick, despite the fact that it co-stars Ali Sheedy and John Belushi. I'm passing on Only the Lonely. Now, it's a cute little romantic comedy. John Candy plays someone who lives at home and he starts to strike up a relationship with Ali Sheedy's character and things are going pretty well, but John Candy's mother just can't let go of him. Like that's mama's boy right there, and she's not comfortable with the idea of John Candy's character maybe getting married and leaving her behind.
Now, is she like Hubie Halloween's
No.
mom
It's not that bad.
She's like killing people.
No. It's a sweet little film, and there's nothing egregiously wrong with it. It's just something that you kind of watch it once and go, that was nice, and you kind of move on with your day.
You know, maybe an unpopular position here, but I'm going to say that I had previously, up until last week, had never seen Delirious. And I watched it. It was okay, but I guess if I had to pick an adult movie that, doesn't involve Big Bird.
And a 92% tomatometer, but yes, go on.
I don't know. I think what it was, my issue with Delirious, and I get acting, okay? I'm completely going to put that out there as a disclaimer. But every scene that John Candy was in, he was screaming and yelling, and that to me is not John Candy's lovable persona. So I found it grating, and I get that was the direction, that was his character. That's why you almost, want to see him get knocked on the head and kind of a little bit more subdued as he, kind of joins into his soap opera that he's created. But I just found maybe 2 hours of screaming John Candy was a bit much.
Now, is this because you triggered the fact that, our kids used to watch like a bunch of YouTube videos where it was just screaming all the time?
Well, I know some YouTubers make a really good bank doing that, but no, again, when you see an icon a familiar face that, I mean, I love Uncle Buck. I love that character because he's just so nice, even with the boyfriend.
Yeah.
That, you could tell he couldn't stand. He had that smile, the genuine kindness behind his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And to see him just screaming in every scene, I found, I don't know if I had to pass on Delirious. I know it's probably a controversial.
Are you switching your pick? I don't know. I think Delirious is be more the pass pick than Follow That Bird.
It's a bonus. It's a bonus only because I watched it recently because I realized I had never actually seen it, and it is one of his, well-known movie roles.
Elmo is mad now. Elmo will kick your ass. All right, so you're sticking with Follow That Bird as your pass pick then. Elmo's definitely pissed. All right. Let's remind our listeners what your keep, watch, and pass picks are for movies starring John Candy.
I am keeping Spaceballs, and I had to change from Uncle Buck. So, by the way, that's what we're missing here. But
okay, fair.
Keeping Spaceballs, watching Home Alone, and passing on Follow That Bird with an asterisk for Delirious.
All right. I am keeping Brewster's Millions. I am watching Heavy Metal. And yeah, I wouldn't mind watching that again recently because I haven't seen it in a while. And I'm passing on Only the Lonely only because there's just nothing worth going back to it, even though there's nothing wrong with the film. Carrie, thank you so much for this. And to you, our dear listeners, well, you guys know the drill. If there is a topic that you want us to cover on Keep, Watch, Pass, or a movie you want us to cover on It's Not That Bad, but not Follow That Bird, it don't qualify. Hit us up on social media at Not That Badcast or go to our website at notthatbadcast.com. And while you're there, check out our merch page because we got some cool stuff if you want to help support the show that you can purchase online. Until next time, she's Carrie, I'm Jay. You guys are awesome. This is Keep, Watch, Pass on the It's Not That Bad podcast channel and a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network. Take care.
Hey everyone, Brian Slagle here, founder of Metal Blade Records. I spent my whole entire life trying to make metal history, make metal better, and promote metal as much as I can. And now there's a brand new way for you to test your metal knowledge and relive those iconic moments. It's called Metal Mondays, the official metal trivia game from Metal Blade and Pantheon Media, and it's free to play right now. Every Monday, a new game drops. From Slayer, Supremacy, to Death, Metal 101, 80s, Metal Blade Classics, and tons more. You'll battle it out on the leaderboards, win killer prizes, and even score some exclusive Metal Blade merch. So if you think you know your riffs, your legends, and your deep cuts, prove it. Download, hit replay on the App Store or Google Play, or head to metalbladerecords.com/Metal Mondays and start playing today. Because in metal, there's no off days, only Metal Mondays. Metal Mondays. Play loud, play true, and play to win.